Okay, Z-Freaks, welcome back. Before I get into the video, I want to thank all of you. We finally made it to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for all the support, everyone. To celebrate, I'll be live streaming the day Glory releases. We're going to put some packs together and see what deck to build. It's going to be a lot of fun, so try not to miss it. I'm aiming for 5 p.m. UTC, but I'll let everyone know ahead of time. So now let's get into the video. Okay, so this was probably the worst ranked season we've had so far as deck domination is concerned. I know Red BS dominated during its heyday, but Blue Mask is on a whole nother level. The deck just does everything. First, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the tools available to this deck so we can just see how powerful it is. So here's pretty much everything that Blue Mask can do on its own with just the core cards. So it's got access to the Mask engine, which might not seem that bad, but Mazel is such a good card. It's just so much better than everything else right now, and the cards that it can get from the deck aren't that bad either. So, you know, no matter how you slice it, really, having access to the Mask engine just makes the deck a lot better than other choices right now. It also has access to a lot of movement and ramp techniques. So like there are a lot of cards that give extra movement, which when combined with a lot of the Blue Mask cards can get crazy. And you can also ramp your mana easily with a deck like this too, using cards like Launch and Orlean the Predator, which gains an extra movement when you morph into him. You can also fire off multiple attacks with multiple Orlean cards. Monstrous Bird and Ruler of the Waves obviously can do the most multiple attacking, but the 1,000 Blades can summon multiple copies as well, which makes it easy to get off several different attacks. You've got targeted removal as well. There's, you know, obvious blue cards like Tidal Wave. Anju of Gaia is becoming a lot more popular now, and Deep Breath is a really good card and actually removes minions instead of sending them to the base, which is a nice thing that Blue is able to do. And it's also got mass removal with the 2 boss monsters, the Royal Sea Dragon and Ruler of the Waves. And Anju can mass remove as well. I know that she can only remove 1 at a time, but in a deck like this you're going to be casting a lot of magic, so she'll be sending away a lot of your opponent's minions with her ability. And you can top all of that off with some uninteractability when you have cards like Bowl Shield, which makes your boss monster unblockable, and Burt and the Mechanical Attaché, which makes them unable to be selected by your opponent's removal. All this together just makes for such a crazy deck that's obvious to rack up the wins. So with this amount of power packed into 40 cards, the best choice for ranking high was to play Blue Mask. Now I'm gonna try and quickly go over the deck I use so I can get into some of the data I recorded. So this is the deck that I used. It's pretty similar to the game list. I just made a couple of changes here and there. And I'm going to go over the cards that I thought were the most impactful this season. So obviously the Monstrous Bird is ridiculous, and this card wins games. And Ruler of the Waves is also crazy good. Both of these cards can remove minions and attack multiple times, so it's pretty easy to get wins when you utilize them. Deep Breath is a great example of why you should test cards. Now, I know I've seen a lot of people saying that this card isn't that good, but that was never the case for me this ranking season. With the majority of my games being against Blue Mask, this card was always useful. Anju of Oceans was amazing, and I probably would have run 3 Anju if I had the room. She can clear an entire field with the right setup. With Sheldon making 3 spells, if you cast all 3 with Anju out, then you can remove 3 minions with her ability. Now I ran Weapon of Wizardry over Tidal Wave because the mass decks are popular right now, and this gets rid of Mazel, who can't be moved. And also, since a lot of people are teching neutral minions like Alex, Valk, and Rita to hinder mass strategies, this card gains a little more value as well. Also want to talk about Blazing Sword of Ancient. I included it as a way to deal additional damage since it gives a BP, and it can make Anju of Gaia. Okay, so Anju of Gaia, I wanted to include her as a tech against Blue Mask because I figured that the extra life gain would be useful in taking me out of the OTK range, but Blue Mask is so OP that it honestly didn't even matter. I'm pretty sure it came in handy once, but nah. Also with Blazing Sword, this can boost any mask minion, and you get that one attacking ability. And guess who's a mask minion? This guy is. There are a lot of times where I could equip the sword to him, and I get a 1 DP attacker that can rest 7 or less, so that was pretty nice as well. And it's also really good on Burt Dragon Blaster, who I included 1 copy of for his resistance ability, but his 1 attacking ability was also really powerful as well this season. So, and this is the deck that I use to get 10th place this ranking season. If you want to fight against it, I'll post an open battle in the comments below, and I will include the deck code in the description. Now let's take a look at all the games that I played this season. So unfortunately I messed up on this data. I didn't record a day of my wins and losses, so I can't give accurate data with that. However, the point is still obvious when it comes to Blue Mask domination. 46% of my games were against Blue Mask, and I know I'm not the only one. If Glory doesn't power creep this, which I don't think it will, then the deck will definitely be needing a nerf. Now, I'm not trying to predict any nerfs or anything like that, but after playing several games with the deck, if I was a developer of Zenonzard and I needed to change the card, here's how I would personally nerf the deck. Now, I don't know if these are good or bad changes, but these are just some things that I came up with that I think would lower the power of the deck so it won't be as dominant. The first one is pretty obvious in my opinion. Monstrous Bird definitely needs to be hit, so if I were a developer, one simple way I would nerf this card would be to decrease the DP by 1. The point of this would be just to reduce the power of the multiple attacks by making the hits a lot more manageable. He can still get off multiple attacks and apply his when attacking skill to control the board, but the damage he can deal won't be as devastating. With him having 2 DP, he can end a game pretty quickly with all the tools that the deck has to its disposal, so I think lowering it to 1 will make the games a lot more fair, I guess. Another way I nerf this card is a bit more complicated, and I'm not entirely sure if this would be too much or not enough, but I would change the card so that it will not switch to active mode when boosted. You would have to rely on Jet Phantom and Marine Assault more to pull off the crazy restand plays with a change like this. Another change I would make to lower the power of this deck is making it so the Royal Sea Dragon and Ruler of the Waves have to choose targets for their destruction abilities. Honestly, I would like this to make White Mask a bit better. It's super cringe that Nemesis 99 can't be targeted by abilities and still die to this bastard. But looking at the bigger picture, lowering the power of these two by weakening the destruction effect won't take away the crazy restand plays, but it will make it so the deck can't handle pretty much any situation thrown at it. I haven't examined Glory too much, but it doesn't seem like Blue Mask is getting out power crept, which is good I guess, but it's too soon to tell. If you want to make a Blue Mask deck even after Glory releases, I think that might be a good idea, since it's mostly likely going to get nerfed and you can just get your spirit back. I want to thank everyone for watching this video, and thank you all again for 1,000 subscribers. The next step is 1,500. Check out some more of my videos on the screen, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos or my upcoming Glory live stream. See all the Z Freaks in the next video. Later.